What's up, CrossFit Lincoln? My name's Paul. I have 5 tips, 5 things you could do to help yourself be more healthy and have a better life in the long run that are outside of the CrossFit gym and outside of a CrossFit class. So these are like the other things to do. I'll run through them real briefly and then give it a little bit more detail. So number 1 is get sufficient sleep. Number 2 is move around a little bit more throughout your day. Number 3 is go outside. Number 4 and 5, well, number 4 is build your meals around protein. Number 5, drink more water. So here we go. First one on the list is the cheapest and the most boring and the most effective, the most useful for everybody. Just about everybody. So I think we'll just round it up and say everybody needs about 8 hours of sleep, give or take like 30 minutes or maybe an hour. You might be somebody who needs 9 hours of sleep. But anyway, 8 hours of sleep is a good goal for everybody. And what you could do is think of giving yourself an 8-hour opportunity to sleep. Some nights you're going to toss and turn. You're just not going to get the same amount of sleep. But if you consistently give yourself 8 hours in bed, lights off, no distractions, to sleep, I think over time you'll find that that is a very productive habit for yourself. And then I have a couple of tips that you could do to make that more practical or more realistic. So the first one would be decrease the light around wherever you are leading up to whenever you plan to go to bed. Let's say you normally would go to bed at 10 p.m. Then maybe at 8 or 9, so an hour or two ahead of time, try to start turning off some of the lights wherever it is, in your living room, wherever it is you are. Try to bring the light down. Light goes into your eye, especially blue light. Goes into your eye and tells your body that it is daytime, you should be awake, and it stops your body from producing melatonin. Melatonin is that drug or chemical inside of your body that helps you drift off to sleep. So decreasing light will help with that a lot. Something that can go along with that is not being on your phone, tablet, TV, computer, not doing work and stuff like that right up to bedtime. And along with that, if you are going to be on some type of screen, you can probably, for most screens, you can find an app or a setting where you change the color of your screen. So in an iPhone, for example, I think it's called Night Shift, and you can change it so that the less blue light is coming out of your screen, and instead it's more like an amber light. And so in that way, you'll be able to use your device and still be able to get a bit sleepy. So number 1 is give yourself 8 hours of sleep in bed, or of time in bed to potentially sleep. Again, nothing on this list is going to increase your health and your performance as quickly as more sleep, and nothing will degrade your performance as quickly as not having enough sleep. So try to get your 8 hours. One more other thing with that is most people have a 90-minute sleep cycle. So if you find that you need a little bit more than 8 hours or something like that, if you go in 90-minute intervals, you might need to round up to like 9 hours. And then on the other hand, most people are going to feel pretty good with 7.5 hours of sleep, but you don't fall asleep exactly when you get into bed. And you're probably going to toss and turn a little bit. And so that is where the 8-hour opportunity of sleep comes in, because it gives you a little bit of time to fall asleep and, roll over once or twice in the middle of the night. And still get 7.5 hours sleep. So that's something to consider. Number 2 is moving around more. That's all there is to it. We got to move a little bit more, basically. So the 10,000 steps is going in that direction and just trying to get yourself to move. Maybe you work at a desk and you don't have seemingly very much opportunity. Maybe you could do something like set a timer for every 20 or 30 minutes, and that would be your cue or reminder to get up and move around. Maybe go to the bathroom, maybe get a drink of water, do one squat and get back to work. I don't know. Figure out what you can do to move around. Along with that would be something like switching to a standing desk, or seeing if you can do some of your work standing instead of sitting, things like that. Number 3 is to get yourself outside, and that goes along pretty well with number 2. But anyway, if you can get yourself outside for about 20 minutes a day, that would be a nice number to get to. There are many benefits to being outside, seeing the sun, so that kind of goes along with the nighttime thing. If you want really good rest at night, a good way to accomplish that is to be out in the bright sunlight during the day. The bright sun during the day tells your body and your brain it's daytime, we are awake, we should be active, and then as you go into the nighttime, the light goes away, your brain then knows, it's nighttime, here we go, we're shutting down. So get yourself outside. The sun is good, the cold is good, the heat is good, so even if there's, so to speak, bad weather, it's not really a very good excuse to not go outside. It might be a good reason to go outside, in fact, because those types of conditions actually give a stimulus to your body to recover from, like exercise. So get outside. And number 4 would be try to build your meals around some protein. Protein should, well, it's something you can build your meals around basically. And there are several reasons for that. It is what holds our body together. So the protein inside of our body is what our body kind of builds the structure of ourselves out of. Your hair, skin, nails, things like that are made primarily out of protein. And then it'll help you recover from workouts. So soreness, it'll help take that away a little bit quicker. And it also helps to satisfy your appetite. So if you know that you have energy swings up and down, you want to level that out, a great way to do that is build your meal around protein. It helps keep your blood sugar more stable. It digests a little bit more slowly, so you're going to feel full or satisfied for longer. And it's a super useful nutrient to your body. So build your meal around protein, and then after that, you can round it out with protein veggies or veggies and fruit, nuts and seeds, stuff like that. Number 5 is drink more water. Really what we want to do though is drink less stuff with sugar in it. If you can not drink your calories, that's a great first step toward weight loss and slimming down. And it also changes the, again, kind of the blood sugar regulation, and it changes the flavors and tastes that your mind is seeking. If you are used to drinking a sugary beverage, your body's going to be tuned up to want something really sweet. And then if you eat like an apple, it's not going to have the same pleasure, I guess. It's not going to taste as good as if you are not used to drinking sugary beverages, and then you go to eat an apple. It's going to taste really sweet and really good, and you really enjoy it. So that's the last one, is try to minimize drinking your calories, minimize drinking sugary stuff. And I'm going to throw in a number 6, a free one, and that is to try to cultivate meaningful relationships in your life. Long term, and for like long-term health and longevity, that might be the most useful of all of these, is simply focus on the relationships in your life. It's not easy. It is not something that happens on its own. It takes work and effort, but all of these do, I suppose. So that's what I got. Get your sleep. Move around, go outside, build your meals around protein, and what was the last one? Drink more water, drink less sugary stuff. The free one, the 6th one, was build up those relationships in your life, and I think you will find that is very beneficial for you in the long run. All right, take care. Adios.